The ball's going to end up in Flagg's hands.
Let him shoot a three.
Yep.
Go for it. Oh, my goodness! Oh, he hit it! Oh, my goodness!
Has there ever been a closer Rookie of the Year race than the 2025-2026 season throughout the NBA's 77 years of existence?
Oh, tipped! Hornets have it! Put it in there, Khan! He got crushed! Yes! He's going to go to the free throw line!
Well, before diving into this year's remarkably deep class of contributing rookies, let's go back to the year 1995. Before the current point system the NBA has adopted for award voting, the coaches would be the sole decision makers for awards. This meant, contrary to today, there would be no first place, second place, or third place spots on the ballots. Somebody would either win or not win. Here's a closer look at the exact voting rules that were in place until 2002. Pre-2002-2003 Rookie of the Year system included this: single choice ballots, each voter selected one rookie, no ranking, no point weighting, the winner goes to the most votes, and the exact ties resulted in a co-Rookie of the Years. But the 1995 season was so close that voters were completely split. Statistically, the race looked like this. Jason Kidd averaged 11.7 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 7.7 assists with 1.9 steals, and a 38.5% field goal percentage. Grant Hill averaged 19.9 points, 6.4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.8 steals with a 47.7% field goal percentage. Coaches around the association viewed these players' impact and play styles differently, leading to a tie in the Rookie of the Year voting. And because of the binary voting system at the time, these players were deemed co-Rookie of the Years. This would happen again in the 1999-2000 season, with Elton Brand and Steve Francis becoming co-Rookie of the Years in another tied vote. Finally, the NBA decided to change the voting system for this award, effective during the 2002-2003 season, which implemented the points system and placement ballots that we know today. This may have eliminated the possibility of a tie, or at least made that possibility highly unlikely. The odds of a tie under the NBA's current voting system, assuming two serious candidates and accounting for real-world voting behavior, would be less than 0.1%. It would be more likely for you to see a shooting star than for a tie under the modern rules. But the closest race under the current voting system would occur in 2022, when Scotty Barnes edged out Evan Mobley with 378 points versus Mobley's 363, which is a difference of just 15 points, or the equivalent of 3 first-place votes. So that brings us to 2026, where a draft that initially seemed to be a 2 or 3 man class headlined by Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, the first and second picks respectively, has now evolved into one of the best rookie classes we've ever seen so far. Starting with the 42nd overall pick, Maxime Reynaud has been a bright spot in the complete and utter darkness that is the Sacramento Kings. The French 7-footer is averaging 9.8 points, 6.6 rebounds on 55.2% field goal percentage. The 34th overall selection, Ryan Kalkbrenner of the Charlotte Hornets, is averaging 8.2 points and 6 rebounds on 75.8% field goal percentage, and rounds out a pretty good all-around draft for the Hornets. Yiger Joman was one of the 17 point guards the Brooklyn Nets drafted, and has averaged 10.8 points per game on 39.6% shooting from downtown. Derek Queen was selected at 13, and despite what the trade looked like to acquire him, he's been electric as a rookie, averaging 12.2 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 4.1 assists in just 26 minutes per game. The Pelicans also drafted Jeremiah Fears with the 7th pick, and he has shown flashes, if nothing else. The Memphis Grizzlies managed to get what looks like the steal of the draft in Cedric Howard with the 11th pick, who is averaging 13.3 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.9 assists on 46.8% field goal percentage. With the 6th pick, the Wizards drafted Trey Johnson, who is averaging 12.9 on 44% field goal percentage and 38.6% from 3. The 5th overall pick, Ace Bailey, who probably had the highest volatility in terms of where he would be drafted, has settled in as a nice young addition to their core, averaging 11.7 points on 45% field goal percentage. But the top 4 of the draft is where it goes from good to historic. The Charlotte Hornets may have initially seemed to miss out on the top of the draft when the lottery balls landed them the 4th pick, but Con Knipple has been arguably their best player this season. Con has averaged 18.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.6 assists on 48.4% field goal percentage, and an electrifying 43.1% from 3. He ranks 17th in the NBA in ODPM with 2.6. This is just behind Devin Booker at 3.3 and Jamal Murray at 3.4, and just ahead of players like Cade Cunningham at 2.5 and Victor Wembanyama at 2.4. He's made 183 three-point shots this season on 43.1% shooting, which ranks 2nd and 12th in the league today, respectively. Among rookies, Con ranks 2nd in points per game, 7th in rebounds, 1st in true shooting, and of course, 1st in threes. The third overall selection by the Philadelphia 76ers was none other than VJ Edgecombe, who has taken the league by storm and given the 76ers a much better outlook on their future than anyone imagined. Edgecombe is posting 14.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.1 assists on 42.3% field goal percentage and 35.2% from 3. He's also shown the capability of being a great defensive player in the near future, averaging 2.7 stocks, which is just steals plus blocks, and 4.9 deflections per 100 possessions, which would place him in the 83rd percentile of all players. He's also shooting 55.8% in the clutch. I just thought that was noteworthy.
Edgecombe puts it up.
The Spurs, gifted with the 2nd pick in the draft, decided to pair an already intriguing duo of Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama with Rutgers guard Dylan Harper. To this point, Harper has been mostly playing off the bench and averaging 10.9 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.7 assists on 46.7% field goal percentage. Harper also projects to be one of the best finishers at the rim, as he already has a 64% finish rate near the rim.
Trying to go baseline on De Silva to spin. A lifting move from Dylan Harper!
The number 1 overall selection was never in doubt, as Cooper Flagg was born to be draft royalty, but the 19-year-old has been even better than anyone expected. Not only is Flagg averaging 20.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.1 assists on 48.2% field goal percentage, but he shows all the flashes of a great defender. And over the last 10 games, Flagg has averaged an impressive 25.3 points per game. He's also brought excitement to an otherwise mundane Dallas team, which would have been a crazy thing to say about a year ago. Thanks, Nico Harrison. So, who should win the 2025-26 NBA Rookie of the Year? Well, first we have to narrow down the candidates. This class is quite deep in terms of impactful players, but not all impactful players impact the game the same ways or the same amount. Realistically, there are 3 leading candidates. VJ Edgecombe, averaging 14.9 points on 35.2% from 3, has brought consistency to a team that lacks it due to Joel Embiid's constant lineup tribulations, and he's already a plus defender. Con Kniffel, averaging 18.9 points on 43.1% from 3, 2nd in the league in threes, and he's just 2 behind Donovan Mitchell in 1st place, and could already be the best player on the Hornets as a rookie. And Cooper Flagg, averaging 20.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, 4.1 assists, already a very good defender and keeping the Mavs watchable. A close, nail-biting award race is unlike anything else in pro sports. Although in today's landscape with prospects like Victor Wembanyama entering the league, it seems like more and more of a rarity. But in a draft that was headlined by Cooper Flagg, someone we knew would be great the second he entered the NBA, we have the privilege of watching what will likely go down as one of the closest Rookie of the Year races this century. Who will hoist the Wilt Chamberlain Rookie of the Year trophy at the season's conclusion? Let us know down below. Thanks for watching.